Hi, I'm Katie Farner, and I wanted to show you how to curl your hair with a curling wand. I get asked about my hair a lot when I use the wand, so I thought I would just go ahead and make a YouTube video so I could share this when people ask me how I curl my hair. Curling your hair with a wand is going to give you more control of the look of your curls. So that's what I really like about the wand. You can have that soft, beachy look. You can have just a slight amount of wave. You can have a lot of curl. That's what I love about it, is there's so much versatility. And it's because you are not having a clip. There's no clamp or no clip on the wand. It is just a straight wand. So when you're purchasing a wand, ideally you'd want to go to Ulta or any type of beauty supply store. I wouldn't suggest getting one from Target, or Walmart or something like that. You get what you pay for, and the fact that you're going to be using this item on your hair, you just need to be cautious. So the brand that I actually use is called Sultra. I have my cosmetology license, so I actually picked this up at the beauty professional store. But I know you can purchase these online as well. It would just be a little more than what I paid. And you just got an on-off switch. And what's really nice about getting a professional one too is that you've got an easy rotating, where a lot of times when you buy a cheap one, you don't have this type of rotation on it, which is really helpful and convenient. You also want to get one that comes with a glove. The glove is when you're newer at doing this to your hair, oftentimes you will burn your hand if you don't have a glove. And you're actually going to switch which hand the glove is on while you're curling. The other thing that you're going to need is a brush and a clip if you have a lot of hair. I don't really have a lot of hair, so I personally don't use a clip. I can leave it all down. I don't really have to do sections. But if you have a lot of hair, you're going to want to section it off and use a clip. The last thing you're going to need is a wonderful hairspray. Sebastian Shaper is absolutely my #1 favorite working hairspray. If you Google this hairspray, you will find that it is absolutely a very popular hairspray, and it has been for years and years and years. It has great hold, but it's also a wonderful working spray. So when you spray it in your hair, you can continue changing your style. It's a really great hairspray. So this is the one that I would suggest. So if you have really stick straight hair, hair that doesn't have a lot of body, hair that doesn't tend to hold curl well, what I would suggest is that you actually spray your hair with your hairspray before you actually begin curling it. Let it lose its stickiness to where it doesn't feel wet anymore, and then brush the hairspray out of your hair. Another important tip if this is repetitive for some of you who are like, duh, of course I know that. I'm trying to make this really basic. So for any of you who really don't have much experience with curling hair, you want to make sure that each piece, each strand, each section that you take is thoroughly brushed out before you curl it. So if you have all of these things, then you're ready to get started. So what I typically do is start on the left side of my head. So you are going to be wearing the glove on the side of your head in which you are curling. So if you are curling on your left side, your glove is going to be on your left hand, and you're going to hold the wand with your right hand. When you're curling your hair with the wand, unlike traditional curling irons, you are not alternating. Usually when you curl with a traditional curling iron, you alternate the direction in which you curl. With the wand, you are always curling away from your face, so the direction always remains the same. So you're going to be wrapping this way on this side, and you're going to be wrapping this way on the right side. So you're going to be doing the same direction the whole way back. So because of the fact that I have thinner hair and I want my curl to be softer, I'm going to take bigger sections. If you want your curl to be tighter, you will take smaller sections. If you want a lot of curls, tighter curl, take smaller sections. Also, the higher up you start at the root, the curlier your hair will be. So I'm going to start a little further down, and you see how I wrapped away from my face. It's just like that. It will also give you a softer look if you leave your ends out. You see how my end is not curled? My end is kind of straight. That's because I didn't actually fully wrap my hair around the rod. You can see I began lower. The higher up you go, the more tight your curl will be. So the next section, you can see I brush while I go along because I want the hair to look nice and smooth. See, I don't really need clips. I am able to just section it myself because I don't have a lot of hair. But if you do have a lot of hair, you're going to want a clip. And you see how, I don't know if you can see very well, but that last piece, you see it's just dangling straight. It's not actually in there. And my sections are, I would say, probably fairly large, medium to large. You can see how much hair I have in this one section that I'm going to do because I don't want it to be tight. Now, if this was first thing in the morning and I was going to be doing something in the evening and I wanted my hair to really last all day, I would make it tighter. So after you've got a little bit done, you want to spray it while you're going through. Spray it while you're working. That's what's so nice about this hairspray is you can spray it while you're working and then you won't have any problem brushing it out. See, you leave that piece out. You can see there by my thumb, I left the end out to keep that looser look. A lot of people make the mistake when they use the wand on their hair. They make the mistake of going too close to the root, in my opinion. A lot of people also make the mistake of not brushing it out enough, and then it still looks like you've kind of curled it with a curling iron. It almost defeats that purpose. You see how every single time I'm wrapping backwards, I'm wrapping the hair back, away from my face, and every single time the tip of the wand faces down and the handle of the wand faces up. Typically when you're using a curling iron, you're doing it like this. So it's a very different movement that takes a little time to get used to. So that side of my head is done, just like that. Now we're gonna move to the right side. Right side of my head, glove on the right hand. I'm going to be wrapping the hair with my right hand and holding the wand with my left. So I always do my bangs last just because I feel like I want to wait until I see how the rest looks before I decide how curly I want my bang to be. So you can see, again, my hair is so thin that my whole front section right here by my ear is one piece. That's one section that I'm going to curl. Now, not many people have hair as thin as mine, but so you might want to do two sections towards the front. So you can see, wand end is up, point is down, and I'm wrapping away from my face. Just like that. I love curling my hair with the wand because it's so fast too. It actually takes me less time to curl my hair with the wand than it does to straighten my hair, and my hair is pretty straight. Yesterday I let my hair air dry until it was about 95% dry. When it was about 95% dry, I took the blow dryer and just lightly blasted it to get any moisture that was left in the hair out. And then I slept on it. And then this morning I went to the gym and took body combat class and sweated my booty off, and I still didn't wash my hair today. That's one of the things I love about the wand as well, is that I can go 2-3 days without washing my hair, which you really need to do when you're blonde, and also when you have color in your hair like I do with this purple. You don't want to wash your hair every day. So it's really nice to be able to still have a pretty style. All I did was just use some dry shampoo on it, and it's good to go. Now, if I was straightening my hair, it wouldn't be the case because it would look so thin and stringy and bad. But when you use the wand, you can easily style your hair for 2-3 days Okay, so I think I have, yep, I've gotten it all, except for this front bang piece. So for your bangs, depending on the way your bangs are cut, it's really going to determine how tight you want your curl in the front section of your hair to be. For me, my bangs are on the longer side, so you want to start, you know, further down, just like the rest of the hair. Start further down and wrap away from the face as well. So now that it's all curled, you want to spray it. Use a lot of hairspray. So what you would do at this point is, I would typically go and apply, you know, my makeup, or I would go and get dressed. You want to wait until every strand feels cool to the touch. You do not want to brush your hair out until it is cool. A lot of people make that mistake, brush their hair out long before, you know, way before they should. Okay, so now my hair is cool. I can touch it. It doesn't feel warm at all. So now is the perfect time to brush it out. This part is going to be very particular for how you want your curls to look. I want my curls to be very soft, very loose. I don't want it to look anything like this. I don't want it to look anything like this when we're all said and done. So I actually like to brush my hair out with a paddle brush, either a wider paddle brush or a narrow paddle brush like this. So I choose to brush my hair out with a paddle brush, but a lot of people will actually just loosen the curls with their fingers. So that is going to be determined by the look that you want to get from your curls. So if you want your curls to be just slightly loosened, you can use your fingers to loosen it up. Now you see how I did that? You go from the underneath, you take your hand underneath against the scalp, and then you just kind of shimmy and wiggle and kind of bounce your hair, your fingers down through the curls. And you see how that loosens them up. That loosens them up nicely. Now I'm going to show you on this side what I typically do. I typically use a brush, like I said, a paddle brush. Start with the bang. And by the way, you want to keep this hot. Don't turn this off, because after you brush it out, you might have some pieces that need it. So what I tend to do is just kind of use the tip of the brush, loosen up the top, and then kind of work my way down. And my hair, like I said, is so thin, so I always try to keep it full at the top, and you can even go back in and tease it, and it'll stay nicely. I mean, I can straight up brush this. Like, look, I can literally brush this, and the curl still remains. It's just softer. So you can see kind of the difference between the two looks. This is a little more tousled, and this is a little more connected. It's when you brush it out versus when you loosen it with your fingers. When you brush it out, it creates a softer overall look of just a wave. And that's it. And then when you're all done, you just do your final touch of hairspray. And I will be able to go to the gym again tomorrow morning. I will be able to work out with my hair in a ponytail and just use dry shampoo. You know, once it's actually dried, the sweat has dried from my hair, I'll be able to use dry shampoo and then just touch up my curl tomorrow. This will last me a good couple days when I do it this way. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I really encourage you to give it a try. I love the wand, I love the soft looks that it gives, and I think once you have watched this and you've practiced a couple times, you'll be a pro at curling your hair with a wand too. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a few more videos on beauty, but I also, of course, am going to be keeping up with my Scentsy fragrance posts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.